Please tell me you looked at what the game has in VR. Beep! Syndrome review for the PlayStation VR.
Let's begin!
First up, let's take a look at the gameplay. Unfortunately, the main game cannot be played in VR. The VR component is one survival mode. The aim is to try and stay alive for as long as possible on a spaceship. The enemy AI is very poor, and after the initial scare of first seeing a new enemy type, they become very annoying. They randomly spawn on each playthrough, and sometimes in unfair numbers, at the very beginning. When this happens, you have to pass them to get one of the many key codes that open up new areas. You know you're going to lose some health, or even worse die, and there is nothing you can do about it. They can also trap you down a dead end, and there are a lot of dead ends. Some enemies can kill you in a couple of hits, and they can also spawn at the very beginning of the game when you don't have a weapon. The game simply isn't fun. To help you barely fight back, there are weapons you can pick up. To aim, you simply look where you want to shoot and press the fire button. There are also health and ammo clips that spawn randomly. The enemies can take a lot of hits, so you never feel really safe when you have a weapon. Now let's take a look at how immersive this mode is. The story is that you have awoken from cryosleep and must find out what's happened on your ship. This is told to you in the form of text on the loading screen. It is quite creepy overall, and the graphics are decent. You can barely see what is in front of you in the corridors because of the shadows, and it is really intense. But in the wider areas, you can see that the shadow is following your player, and how the game's shadows have been created is obvious. When you attack with your wrench, it comes towards your face. Each time it made me blink without fail, and was very annoying. The gun models are quite clear, and how the arms move whilst you aim is pretty good. In the corner of your eye, you can see that your arms are not attached to your body. It really does feel like this game is still in its testing stage. The sound effects are done quite well. It really did scare me at times, and did make me shiver. However, the sound has random jump scare noises that are not relevant to what is being seen. They only made me jump because they are out of nowhere, and it does come across very cheap. Now let's take a look at the setup and what controllers the game supports. I played this game in a seated position just under 2 meters away from the camera. The head tracking was fine and the game did not give me motion sickness. The game is played with the DualShock controller. The Move controllers are not supported. The game includes snap turning and free turning. If you want free turning, remember to turn the look sensitivity all the way down, because the default sensitivity is way too high, and is another reminder that this VR component was not play tested properly. Now let's take a look at the length of the game and what trophies come with it. I honestly have no idea how long it can last for. As it is a survival mode, I'd imagine it would be forever. The game does come with trophies, but are only rewarded for playing the main non-VR campaign. And now it's time for the verdict. People say that some PSVR games fall into the tech demo category, and Syndrome instantly fits right in. No effort has gone into balancing the difficulty of the game at all, and this mode is a chucked in afterthought. Games that have VR compatible on the case are very deceiving, and it is not helping the VR scene at all. If you are considering buying the game for the non-VR campaign, I advise you to watch reviews of it first. I played just over an hour of it, and I ran into quite a few bugs. The only thing that was quite good was the audio, but when you have random audio scares all over the place, it's just not relevant to what you are seeing, and ultimately comes off as a cheap way of doing horror. Please remember, I am only scoring the VR mode of this game. I give Syndrome VR mode a score of 3 out of 10. Z-Beep, always be cautious if the cover has VR compatible on the case. I rent my games online, so I can just send this back, but obviously a lot of you buy your games. Please remember to be very cautious when you see VR compatible on the case of a game. If you enjoyed this review and found it helpful, please give this video a thumbs up.